HP. Julie hits the headshot, and she needed that because she's got the kit.
Good smoke. Put forward. That gives the short control. And yeah, Julie's got the smoke. And in fact, everyone from Prototype Blaze is going to now reconvene a rendezvous on towards long. You're going to have Emerald being this late stage activation player on short. These after plants, though, look pretty good and time's ticking.
And Julie goes first with a low HP. VQ looking for the headshots. Can't quite find them. A lot of damage being inflicted, but not kills found. Julie's found another, but time is the issue. And she's got 1 HP. A single stray bullet through the smoke will take her down. Mai needs to find every single shot. Oh, they're not connecting. And the defuse on the final moment comes through. Prototype Blaze somehow win that pistol. It looks so good for Eco Warriors. But they couldn't hit their shots.
No, they couldn't. Astra disengaging, moving in towards CT is everything because she stays alive. Julie, they're walking in towards long. You think she's a goner. You think she's done for. But no, just immediately gets rid of Kiosa, gives all that space over, and they know they've got time to play with because they've got the smoke, because they've got the kit. Low HP, it was a bit scary, but it didn't ultimately matter. And you feel like that's robbery.
I can't believe Julie lives through all of that. She gets 2 kills with 1 HP. They're going to force their way through. RacheLL at the front, spamming wildly. She will go down, but you've got Emerald tucked in, and good trades. Really good trades. Astra going to get mullied off. And so what looked really good for a moment there, the Galil, the perfect position, only gets 1, and that feels like it might not be enough.
Unless there's a second... Okay, there is a second resmoke there on the doors. One went really deep. You can see that Astra's just tiptoeing around it. 3 versus 3, no flashbangs to get you in. You got to burst through a smoke. You got to maybe just smoke off tunnels and then go. And then there's another resmoke in towards the doors. This is tough for Prototype Blaze.
I guess that door smoke Kiosa is holding for the run over. Astra just being a distraction. But Kiosa, well, keeps her eyes on the prize, but they've all fallen. Despite Kiosa getting 2 from that position, the kills come elsewhere, and it's enough for a successful retake.
Yeah, they just completely ignore Kiosa. They're just looking over the top for the other kills in sight, and you think, if you're Eco Warriors, that Kiosa's going to be the player that they're hard clearing, so they're looking directly at the floor, and it should be a cleanup. Instead, it's the complete opposite. Julie gets the important kill. It's back-to-back impact moments. Poor Julie, as Kaede gets rid of D7, Giuliano falls in the mix. What was looking really promising and what was looking like an improbable retake happens again in back-to-back rounds for Prototype Blaze.
This one feels a little bit better, though. You've got some good weaponry. I cannot believe that retake is successful. It's 2 rounds in a row that Prototype Blaze I just didn't feel like was going to be theirs. There's never hesitation in this squad, and I think that's the key thing.
Eco Warriors no slouch either. Sorry, just going back on that point about no hesitation, you're right. That is very much a key characteristic here at Prototype Blaze, but Eco Warriors, I think, play it exactly the same. Oh, wide swing. This time, Julie involved not at all. And VQ just smashes Kaede's head in and wants even more. Astra's on the scout, 1 missed shot, and that is it. And in the blink of an eye, Eco Warriors just completely capitulate A.
And Kiosa's lurking here, although she might actually get caught. Nope, RacheLL removes YE and now Kiosa knows that Emerald might be getting aggressive. MP9 trying to catch her off. And might just. She has to fall back, call support. Oh, great shot from Kiosa. Good luck, but VQ with 2 critical kills on site. The second highest rated player this season, 1.41 rating coming into this matchup. Arrives in the server with style.
Really nice little swing out from D7 as well, going so wide on the angle, just pulling the crosshair. So even if she falls, it's only the back 10 anyway, and then Giuliano's going to get the guaranteed trade, not even needed. And because the rounds were so scrappy, Prototype Blaze are working with the bare minimum. Great trade from Kaede. She can potentially recover this AK, but at least Eco Warriors have got space elsewhere. Tunnels is their territory.
Well, that damage the Eco Warriors inflicted with those force buys, now we can see the results. JJ with this recovered AK, what further damage can she inflict? B feels like a good call. RacheLL spotted, gets the headshot, but VQ snaps down, and now you've just got a solo defender, Emerald, with a 5-7. Tucks close the door. She needs an insane multi, and, well, that's a good start to it. And Julie then pushes through. She needed it. She delivers it. And looks like the force buy is set for success unless D7 can pull it back. But Prototype Blaze don't give up any sort of advantage. They sit back. Unfavorable for D7, who's desperately waiting for a swing, looking for an opportunity, a way into this. But Julie's position will confirm it. Big impact from Emerald.
Low HP needs to go first there. BQ needed to go before the AK swings up. Because it would be her with low HP that gets bamboozled, and then you've got time to adjust and react if you're high HP. But the split from Prototype Blaze as well, just immediately dropping off the catwalk, helping out. So important. Nades don't affect VQ. Does a lot of damage, but she gets the opener.
What's the response from Prototype Blaze? They've got full long control, so they'll smoke that off. Plenty of time on the clock for Eco Warriors to burn. Looks like A is the destination. CT split between both sides, so 2 defenders on either side. There's at least rifles over here. A deep smoke KD throws. It's actually kind of cool because I think it will make you suspect that maybe there's a third player over here. Oh, that's a freebie for Giuliano. So this is the smoke you get aggressive behind, which they will do. So Astra reroutes, joins up with her.
Yeah, look at the crunch coming in from middle at the same time. Pressure being applied, and they're going to go through the smoke, and Kiosa looks the wrong way. That's exactly why they crunch through the mid doors as well. Disorientation between the short players for Eco Warriors. It is still a 4 versus 3. The bomb is down, and it's planted for Viku, who wields the AWP. D7 just about skirts across the choke point, but Viku's removed. Oh, and so is D7.
And they all fall. I mean, I guess in the 3-on-4, VQ feels like she needs to be more involved. She sees no one's out long. With that low HP, can't get it done, and they don't find a frag. Really nice mid-rounding from Prototype Blaze.
Yeah, they're playing some very good Counter-Strike. What I will say is that Eco Warriors, fundamentally, actually quite sound, but they are making just some individual errors that's just causing the discrepancy in the scoreline. I actually think pound for pound, they've actually been the better team when just watching this, despite being 4-1 down. It's just about sticking the landing. It's just about making these afterplants stick.
Astra's up, finally gets that in her hands, and she'll find an opening kill. Rough start for Eco Warriors, because you feel like this could have easily been 4-1 the other way.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm saying. Like, they got the pistol round was a little bit scrappy. The round after that, where they rush in towards B, the 3v3, you got to be tucked in and just playing the time in that moment. Same with the previous after plant as well. VQ does not need to be that active. The bomb is planted for her, for goodness sake.
Yeah, there was no smoke, but I guess she doesn't know that. But now RacheLL gets info on short players. Smoke lands. Shouldn't be much for Eco Warriors in this with how whittled down they are. 3 players brought to a third of their HP. They might be able to get a bomb plant though, because it's a double long setup. So CTs have allowed this space. Julie will now move over. So I might have spoke too soon, because Julie is cleaning up with RacheLL, 2 apiece and 5-1 scoreline.
This could get out of hand fast. It's bearing a lot of similarities to the DMS Bigger Keeper game. One team just cascades into a very big lead, and now Eco Warriors have got to pick up the pieces. Actually, it reminds me a lot of yesterday's game of Eco Warriors against NIP. Except this time it is Eco Warriors being on the receiving end of it. Fight for long again. So much damage. Counter flash is brilliant. And yeah, you didn't get the opening kill, but you still got all this damage being inflicted on towards Kiosa. D7 removed from the equation. Long space. It's been guaranteed by Eco Warriors, but at what cost?
And now even that late smoke to disrupt scaling further. Still going to be the commit out here. RacheLL players don't rest in their laurels though. They get the information set up in short to make sure they can't get pincered on. It gives them a powerful post plant too, should it be this straight up long crawl. You had a chance. Slim one. That's now confirmation. A lot of information gathered off that Astra. Can now post up on the line. CT smoke deployed. Julie needs to keep her gun out because there are a lot of T's on the other side. She looks to move forward. Oh, Kiosa with low HP. Domes her immediately. Astra gets one onto Giuliano through that smoke. So it's still an advantage for the CTs. Kiosa on low HP and just wide swings. Eventually taken down. She's done great damage. Allowed this bomb to go down. Viku planted for her.
She's missing shots though. Wayne is now trapped. Flashbangs are really good, and the jump up from Emerald confirms Wayne's position, and she's being hounded from all different directions. But Wayne fights from within the site, and Viku still stays alive. Low HP on both. Emerald on a swivel. Now has to pull out the sidearm. It's messy. It's catastrophic for Eco Warriors because you feel like they've done just enough, and then it gets ripped from them once more. Prototype Blaze, another successful retake. 6-1 on that CT side, and Eco Warriors can't even buy a T round.
And that round, that end of that round reminds me of the end of Dust 2 versus Bigger Keeper, because sure, Viku's got the orb, but does she need to be peeking in that position? Wayne has done such a good job finding those 2 players scaling. The bomb is planted for Viku. Of course there is the question, is there a smoke? Because that would undo her. But she swings out, Emerald holds for it, and then with that 5-7 in hand, gets the job done.
Oh, these rounds are so horrible as well to be on the receiving end of, because how many times can you put the bomb down? How many times can you be in these positions where you think, finally, we've done it? Wayne gets an incredible double kill, not to mention Kiosa's double one-taps on 1 HP. And it's still not enough. Every single player stepping up with monumental impact for Prototype Blaze.
Really rough rounds. Prototype Blaze and these retakes are absolutely phenomenal, and Astra, it's like she's hit a brilliant timing. Oh, Kiosa is so sharp, but Emerald, her swing, pretty damn sharp too.
Mid to be smoke, countered by a long creep. The D7 isn't going to walk it. It says Giuliano, but KLA makes it round the corner. She's going to go and reinforce long. She's going to make sure that that gets taken away from Eco Warriors. The only safe haven they have is in towards sight and in towards short.
Can I walk this?
They can fade it.
D7, how quick is she? Quick enough. Huge amount of damage onto Julie as well. You can't lose this post plant. They have no utility though, and that's a big issue. Flashbangs to set up the CTs. RacheLL crawls out, but it's this double short play. Perfectly set up. Julie's dealt with. And with Emerald falling, it's just onto RacheLL, who swings out wide, can't convert the spray. Finally, Eco Warriors convert the post plant.
That's the key word. Finally. And it still looked dicey because VQ's exposed to an angle that she thinks her teammates are holding, but gets caught out. Fortunately, Julie's been taken out at long because of D7's hard work of doing a lot of damage onto her in this long fight. And also there's another player in towards short. You can see that getting dicey. It gets even more difficult with your in-game leader being removed so early into the fight.
Brilliant opening pick. And RacheLL wins out that duel somehow. Felt like she was unfavored walking through the edge of the smoke. So 2 openers go the way of the CTs. K8 can maybe make it a third, and she will. D7 eventually finds success, taps out the AWP, and her and VQ now have to find their way into this. Julie, spotted. Can't give up her life. Can't put this into a 2-on-3 because then it gets scary.
Smoke.
Smoke. It's got such a big gap. Flashbang goes over, and one stray bullet hits the headshot. D7. Too much with the low HP. VQ's got the bomb. They have such little utility, no utility to work with. So sure, a bomb plant has been secured. 2-on-4. It requires something massive from VQ. D7 gets 1, and now they can just swing. They've spotted her out, or maybe not. But her spray only good for the 1. Emerald trades. And a 2-on-5 calamity avoided.
Yeah, really good opening kills. The fact that Astra's are able to get rid of Giuliano in top middle. The fact that you've got RacheLL just pushing a smoke in lower, just on a random timing. Upsets Eco Warriors, and then K8's in towards short, holding the fade for Wayne. And this is, now because you've got rounds, you can afford to make these gimmicky plays. And Prototype Blaze do like to do this, like to get creative with their pushes. They like to swing and make you feel really uncomfortable. The money's still wearing a little bit thin, where these rounds are coming quite close. These B spawns look tempting for Eco Warriors. They can still potentially make something out of this first half. It still could be 7-5, but you're asking an awful lot, especially where mentally you feel like everything you do is just not working. On your map pick, no less.
Everyone shot me in Prototype Blaze too. 3 players on 9. K8 not far behind. They are going to get that fast B. They take their spawns and they run with them. Emerald fully blind, spraying with the MP9 and gets an insane double up. Had no right to get that. D7's lurk removed too from that push up from K8. VQ is 16 HP, nothing to do. And look at the respect they're giving her. They completely disengage. Smoke fades. He's allowed just to cross, pick up the bomb. Has time to move, but no ability to get anything here. Bomb plant on B would be allowed.
Would it?
She can get that smoke down on doors. The spam at this stage will probably come through. She's really thinking CTs might push her, but they are not making a mistake.
No. And the reason why they're playing like this as well, for everyone at home, is because we spoke about their money previously. The fact that Emerald was on that MP9. You don't want to lose weapons if you can help it. Just playing that pixel headshot angle is essential. It's more than enough. Can't drop the smoke there without exposing herself. Doesn't really want to throw it for a lineup, so it just gives away what's going on. Trade spacing was dire. there for Eco Warriors. That felt like a real Hail Mary. That felt like a desperation play. You're going off the spawns. We'll rush B. It will work, guys. It will happen.
I mean, it would have, maybe, if Emerald doesn't just get an insane double kill while blinded. With the MP9, no less. Now this is actually... Yeah, they've decided to push through off the flash. Juliano caught off guard by it, and RacheLL wins hers against E7. You should know Dust 2 is going to be a dangerous place to take this, Eco Warriors. It's kind of like the backup map for Let Her Cook. Guster has removed Emerald, but getting the bomb over, I feel like you just don't commit to B. You have to reroute elsewhere.
Look at this. 3 players just moving like a snake. Just all following each other. Taking away B. And then Astra goes, okay, I better go and occupy middle. We've seen nothing over at this B bomb site. No one's going to push in towards long because you don't need to. All the kills came in from top middle. They've almost made like a little perimeter of safety, Prototype Blaze, where all these trades can be happening in an instant. It's a really good support structure set up. Astra just looking at the doors. There isn't going to be any surprise mid to B. And now the attention shifts for both her and Julie. There's 20 seconds left. Eco Warriors need to announce their arrival on A, especially with KD pushing lower. She's going to get a good time in here, maybe on Yeen.
Yeah, the one thing Eco Warriors benefit is they do have space to get onto this bomb site. Julie, awkward engagement. Kiosa wins out the fight onto RacheLL. And now you've seen this player scaling quickly. You're going to be ready for this ramp swing. They're holding for it, expecting Julie. Real play is out from long. The flashbang comes through. Kiosa wins that fight. And Yeen finds one as well. It's onto Astra, AWP in hand. Somehow, Eco Warriors have found their way into this off the back of Kiosa. Gets that kill on B. They reroute, and she gets 3 more onto that A-bomb side.
Yeah, she's the only one you feel like here that is doing anything for Eco Warriors at this stage. Incredible impact from Kiosa. A crucial quad kill from a position that felt unattainable. But very similar to the VQ 1v3 Prototype Blaze, they actually gave up too much space. And VQ's found RacheLL. Finally, an opening kill. What feels like forever for Eco Warriors.
Yeah, this is a really poor buy for Prototype Blaze coming into the final round. Astra's AWP roams in middle, and that's going to be the key piece here. VQ catches K at 8. That's on a long push. So now you might be encouraged to go elsewhere. They're going to pause. They want to go towards B. They also want to feel out what's going on here. B7 spots 1. You really want to commit behind this. Okay, with that kill on the Emerald, you just converge as the group. You know, both these CTs are on opposite sides of the map. Well, actually, that's just the question mark.
They're making the right decision, at least. They're going in towards short. Julie, MP9. Remember, one of these players is low. Never mind. It's the low HP player that gets rid of the defender on A. And Astra, this would be unbelievable. Too much to believe, in fact. And their position's now noted. It's a great shot onto Kiosa, but quickly shut down by D7. It's something. It's 4 rounds on the T side for Eco Warriors.
Press play. No
4 doesn't feel so bad for Eco Warriors, considering how so many of the first 5 or 6 rounds went. Looks like they could have had more, but it gives them something to work with. Viku in for a kill. They're getting aggressive top middle, and oh my goodness, I really can't believe it.
And now you got to go with the commitment, because the only space you have is in towards long. No smoke for the cross, so it has to be these flashbangs which completely annihilate Kiosa, and KD can only find one. There's so many players here for Eco Warriors. Emerald on the backstab, needs to get this double kill, but can't find any of them. And it's all falling apart here on the pistol for Prototype Blaze. The bomb has just been chucked over now. More money in the pockets of potential. But the round being won, that'd be a whole different story.
The molly is just going to be used to facilitate the bomb plant. Like, that was a post-plant molly that's designed to deny the defuse, but they throw it just to secure the bomb. Asha moves forward. She's the one with HP, but so many players, she's taking them down. A double up, and look at the HP. Single shots, RacheLL just needs one bullet onto either of these players. And that will convert the round. She's looking for it. They're coming from both directions. Nervous, and VQ will convert it. Look at the HP on these remaining 2. Asher and RacheLL almost putting forward an insane pistol.
I'll tell you what, look, it's one of those rounds where Eco Warriors, they kind of deserve it. Like, they have such low HP. They did everything right, and the amount of rounds that have been stolen away from them in this first half, that's almost like the scales evening out. That was a really nice attempt. I love the push that Astra does behind that molly to get up close, to be a nuisance, to be unexpected. So 3 players swing, she kills 2 of them and dinks the other. Such tight margins here on D2.
Force buy. Pretty decent, especially considering SMG is on the other side, but the SMG is mostly at close angles. It's the rifles that deal with A, at least close by. Iku spots out one. Defensive smoke, drops forward, trying to disrupt these Ts that attempt to scale through. She waits for the pop out, but can't control against the SMG. Emerald gets the kill. That's facilitated a bomb plant. They've got full short control.
Oh, the smoke actually being dropped on towards short is a little bit scary because it pins them in. They can't potentially promote a mid flank. They can't go in towards CT. They're all contained by design. Let's see if it will pay off. Flashbang over the top to get these players in towards CT and long. Emerald still fighting from within, but in a blink of an eye, they are being completely dismantled. Julie, who started off that round with that short smoke, now has to try and clutch up. It's a great start. Giuliano is not buying it. She's just going to stick the whole time. Julie needs to come up and try and deny it, and she does just in the nick of time.
Yeah, 10 seconds stick. Almost pulls it off, and she doesn't really have another choice at that moment. That lack of kit really hurts them. Things look good when they were finding those fights through, but this is the worst case scenario. You won the pistol and you're immediately reset. You have to force buy into this, and look, 1400, 1500, 1750.
It's a 1v3.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I have been so impressed by Julie. She is not normally the player when you talk about Prototype Blaze that you're expecting towards the top of the board, but she is having so much impact on this map.
Yeah, scary as well for Eco Warriors because you just think that Prototype Blaze are the players that they've got with the style of play that they like to implement just from the IESF tournaments, but also Letter Cook days for RacheLL and Astra. It's very fast. It's very punchy. The T sides are going to be what make or break Prototype Blaze. So the fact that they get 8 rounds on CT, of all things, is the real worrying and I guess damning thing right now for Eco Warriors, because sure, they're shrewd on CT side, but when Prototype Blaze can just get so aggressive, you think back to Viku, she drops the defensive smoke and she still gets overwhelmed because the Mac 10 just willy-nilly just jumps through, and you think, oh, okay, that's what they do. That is the exact scenario Prototype Blaze want.
It's great in such a important match, right? Decided to get this team to land that it's Emerald and Julie who are, you know, not to say any lesser than the other three, but they're not normally the leaders of this squad in terms of fragging output, but they are the ones that have given so many rounds for Prototype Blaze. A very scary team. It's giving Eco Warriors a fright. For Emerald, I think this would be her first. In fact, for Emerald and Julie, it would be their first ESL Impact LAN.
Yep.
Certainly not their first LAN. Julie's one of the most tenured players. For KD, she's had plenty of success in North America. Would love to return there. A different squad.
The plane journey's a bit longer. See Giuliano on your screen, and I'm not pointing fingers. There's literally the opposite of what I'm doing, but I just think back to how many important moments she had in the game versus NIP yesterday. The amount of multi-kills. So far, it has been few and far between. So this CT side needs to kick into gear. You need still that consistency, the reliability of Kiosa. And then you need these moments coming in from Viku, coming in from Giuliano, D7 getting a really good timing on alert. Like these things, they all matter. They all escalate into getting Eco Warriors back into this game, because they're forced into this. They lose this, it's going to be 10, then it's going to be 11, and then it's going to be out of their control. And a reminder, this is their map pick.
Scary thing about Dust 2, I don't know, it's a tough one to make your own pick.
It's everyone's home.
Yeah. And it's one where if one team is just feeling it in the server, if all their players are hitting their shots, then they'll just win. Because the map is just about Angels. And at the moment, it's all Prototype Blaze.
Oh.
I've seen Viku do some good things with the Scout.
Not the nades. Oh, now we can go B. $10-5. Now, look, we did see some ridiculous shenanigans being pulled off yesterday as well, with one save Scout, one save Galil, etc. But again, the way Prototype Blaze play, I think it doesn't help in this situation. And that's even if EQ's allowed to hold on to this Scout. I think Kaede is about to kill it. Or not.
Easier said than done.
True.
Look at the bodies in mid. Everyone fell in the same spot. She won't be allowed to pick up any of those weapons. Doesn't want to. Wants to keep that Scout so that she can have some sort of threat into the next round.
Terrorists win.
That's going to be about the only threat into it. So that 11th should be a walkthrough. Although it is Eco Warriors. So, you know, we saw what they did to NIP. I think this T side is where you get to really see KD and RacheLL in their element as well. For all we talked about Julie and Emerald on the CT side, it's definitely the T side where the Star Riflers do their work.
Keyword rifler as well. KD 107 ADR. 94 on Emerald, which is really impressive considering she's a B anchor on D2. Was getting involved quite a lot, dictating the pace of those pushes in towards upper tunnels, in towards lowers from mid.
Single-handedly won 2 rounds with a double kill, one with the MP9, one with the 5.7.
That's so important, the fact that you can point to any of these players on Prototype Blaze to give you a round. This is unorthodox.
This is a crazy stack. The USPs, this range.
I'd love for it to work.
I feel like it would work better if it's in short. I don't know. I guess it's decent. Like, it's not a position you're expecting because
I was going to say, you're never ever expecting this, but it is just USPs. And they're not even going here.
Okay, surprise! And now they run. They can scramble to B.
And Viku is there.
What do you do? And when will these USPs get here? A tag? A second tag? A collateral tag? Oh, VQ with just a scout is taking them all down. Oh my god. Eco Warriors have done it again.
That's why they're called Eco Warriors. From the long USP stack, they didn't even want the gun. They just wanted to rotate. And it worked.
VQ is ridiculous.
Jump scare.
Look at the
And then whack-a-mole.
damage, the collateral. How have we had back-to-back days where she's gotten scout collaterals?
She even hit back-to-back collaterals in that round. That's how it happened in the first place.
Ridiculous. She's so good.
That's the lifeline, by the way. That is the way back in. They need to make the most of it. Really good molly that spreads down to prevent the mid to B smoke as well.
Yeah, you convert this, you're back in this, because that will put Prototype Blaze onto Eco. And even this, Katie's, why you got the CZ on the T side? What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
You insane French woman. The Tech 9's right there. Like, why would you ever use the CZ?
Oh, she's about to show you why.
All right, Brandon, if she gets a kill, I will remove the Tech 9 from my own loadout. But it's just not going to happen.
You don't need to troll more in games.
Listen, I'm in the top 1% of Zeus
Okay,
and
RacheLL.
killers.
What about RacheLL with the CZ?
Yeah, she probably hasn't used this for like 3 years since it was last relevant.
Longer.
All right, they're going to go in towards B. 2 players lie in wait, Giuliano and Kiosa. Kiosa, good kill, a fall back, and great disengage. CZ gets nothing, because of course it doesn't. But Julie gets a double up. Double up but no bomb. That's the tough thing. It's over towards the entrance. Did fall into side, but she doesn't have a smoke to collect it. She has to cross. And that will be to her doom. D7 hits the headshot.
They're back.
They're back.
Can see that round shaping up if they're able to get through the window a little bit more cleanly. But Kiosa just denies access. Spoke about the disengage. It's just the movement. It's just so hard to counteract Kiosa. She knows it. And the reward for all the hard work, the reward for eco in Prototype Blaze is that they're on an eco now. And there's no utility whatsoever. It is just straight Glocks. It's burst fire for Emerald. There's also a nade on her head top.
Need a little too deep. So that's something. But you've now heard all the Glocks firing off. And you've got plenty of bodies to deal with this. It's going to be annoying, I think.
Double smoke.
Well, that's the new Glock. Very pretty. New Glock, but no gloves. Come on, you do it.
Or knife.
Got the fanciest Glock out. Just default the rest. I don't know, I kind of respect that, I guess.
We've been here before.
Yeah, I mean, the up against pistols can be tricky. There's
Not for
nothing to
VQ.
disrupt VQ. She can just duck down, pop up. Giuliano's got all the utils. She can drop an incendiary should the hit come in. You're not expecting them to find success on B. This is just the sell. Here comes the hit, and VQ Fish in the barrel? Yes, indeedy. Giuliano and her combined for 2 apiece. Just some slight damage inflicted, but we're now 2 rounds separating these 2 teams.
No AWP as well, which, I mean, won't affect Astra that much, but it just means that VQ is uncontested, which is always a dangerous position to be in. She's also shown that against low buys, she's going to remain on B quite a lot, which is something to potentially bear in mind here for Prototype Blaze. This round starts on A, moves in towards short, gets denied by the molly at the first time of asking, but I wouldn't be surprised if she wants to move back into it. She's not going to see anyone as they just dance under her scope.
They're just going to go mid to B. Going to walk through their own smoke here. Bai needs to be ready. She's not caught as she tries to move up, but there's still 2 players on the B side, and he might not be anticipating that. VQ's in a good position to catch off this lurk. She will. Now the acceleration comes through. RacheLL trying to scale over. Giuliano in a rough position. So much damage inflicted. Sets Kiosa up, but she can only get the 1. VQ catches Astra. So a 2-on-2. The bomb needs to be recovered. A smoke. Drop forward. That's going to enable Emerald to creep in and grab it. D7 will group with VQ. A re-smoke available for Emerald. Still got full set for both VQ and D7. Smokes and mollies. VQ holding that door. Emerald forced off, repositioned. That's information on the AWP at the least. A flash over. Time is ticking. Julie in a good position. Hits the headshot. VQ swaps to an AK, but finding these 2 players. The first is there, but Julie steps up again. 19th frag and 11 for Prototype Blaze.
Yeah, well done. Julia, again, just keeping this pixel angle, making sure that Emerald is protected. Emerald goes forward on 1 HP, just plays the off angle in towards door and trusts her teammate. Fortunately, Eco has won a number of rounds in a row, so they can buy into this. They can get Eco on the AWP. It's still a little bit touch and go here for Prototype Players. That's why they take their last pause of the map. A really well-worked round. You feel like Giuliano just needs to get 1 kill. She gets 1 kill. That's the difference.
At the very least, Eco Warriors have the full investment here. The AWP is in play. 4 and 12. VQ trying her hardest. Oh, a leg from VQ? Must have been. Unless it was a knife kill. A knife stab, sorry. Great flashbang. VQ
That's so
gone.
important. Yes, so important. Still got Kiosa though. Wayne? Or might catch Julie. The Kaede might catch her. It all comes down to timing. And Julie actually gets the kill on Wayne.
Giuliano spams one back. Kiosa can't flick down. This might be it. D7 headbutts the flames, gets ahead of them, but jumping up is Kaede, and all the fights going the way of the T side. 12 to be secured. Giuliano can't do anything in this round. Maybe try and recover the AWP.
It's at long. It's at long corner.
Okay, that's
Can't do
impossible. Maybe try and win the round? 1v4? Surely not Giuliano.
Gotta do something.
Goes down, and yeah, that was just never gonna happen. I don't know, that feels unnecessary. You want that M4 into this round.
No, I don't know. No one rounds like this before. It's actually even better this time. There's MP9s. No, I agree, though. She shouldn't have gone for it. But the thing is, it's 11-8. If you are able to surprise them by going for it, and especially after you catch the first kill, if you're able to get the second on site, maybe there's an opportunity. Kaede has just soared out of the long util. Kiosa's in lower, teaming up with Giuliano. They're about to find out that B is clear, but it doesn't matter because D7's fallen by RacheLL. It's A.
Look at this push from Giuliano.
Julie. Just hold it. She can hear her.
Hit. Oh my god. I mean,
We don't
yeah.
clear this. This is a tilter right now.
Like, what is she doing there? You're wondering.
Holding for exactly that.
21 kills. Julie's just in the zone. Craziness.
The thing is, I remember at IESF, you remember Team France versus Team Poland?
Mm-hmm.
And Julie had an unbelievable map 1 and then couldn't back it up map 2, map 3. I'm not suggesting anything, but history tends to repeat itself.
Well, 3 on 4. Vico Warriors, and they don't have a kit in this retake. They're all stuck in short, suffocated by the fumes of that smoke. Flames come down now. K-Day gets the information. Players start to scale out. But time's going to be the big issue for them. No kit and so many players to deal with. K-Day takes down 1. The swing out to convert. And Prototype Blaze take Eco Warriors map pick of Dust 2.
Yeah, I played it really well. Look, the CT side was brilliant from Prototype Blaze. And they did enough. That T side was a little bit hit and miss, but they get undone by an Eco Warriors Eco. You can't come to expect that now with this team, but they dug in. They won rounds that were necessary, and they played such a slow, systematic T side. It wore down Eco Warriors. Julie catching off Giuliano in spawn. And as soon as that kills comes into the table, you think, right, that's it. Go next. Map 1 delivered. It's Group A that is having all the success versus Group B right now. Prototype Blaze, Map 1 winners, 1 map away from Dallas.
Set to a women's team this year, and in fact, they beat out Prototype Blaze at the very start of the year on it. It was a slightly different lineup at the time. I think that was on it as well was when they had this 5. So yeah, it's a straight up rematch. And if Prototype Blaze can win it, they are going straight to Dallas.
Be interesting as well, because obviously K-Day played in the trade event, stood in for Warriors. They had YE. Now she's moved teams and potentially could be one of the 5 players that prevents this team from making it to the LAN final.
Mid presence early. E7 has a poke. See a great deal, but now will get quite the fright. Astra comes around the corner, and Astra takes down 2. Cave is her domain. Wayne will at least alleviate some pressure, pushes down, a smoke dropped. They've forced them to go elsewhere, and Viku is in a prime position, but a difficult one. Oh, Viku gets 2. That felt impossible, and she's done maybe enough.
Maybe. Look, Giuliano races over. Needs to get this kill. Needs to get 1 at least, and doesn't. At least she lives. That's the bare minimum. Bomb to be planted. Emerald still wounded. Giuliano walks back into the fight. Wayne still nowhere near her, and Giuliano gets dinked and removed. It's just the dual Berettas, and Emerald, even with her low HP, finds 2 kills, doesn't take a single more point of damage. A Prototype Blaze get another pistol.
Real shame there, because that starts so well for Prototype Blaze, right? The double kill from Astra, you feel like that's enough for them to take the rounds, but Eco Warriors make really nice decisions then. Wayne pushes down ramp, catches off Julie. Viku gets into a really tough spot where she's purely relying on her aim, but it's Viku, so she still gets 2. Goes down in the 2-on-2, but trying to fight forward, can't find that instant headshot. And now RacheLL in pause. Get some catch money. And Mac 10s from every angle. cleanup. So nothing to be had in round number 2. A 2-0 start for Prototype Blaze.
With 4 MAC-10s as well, you can either run the fast A, although I think fast B would be a fun one, because they're not going to have all the utility. We already had that conversation in the first best of 3 about the incendiaries and how useless they are. This could be a good moment to pull out something really quick to upset and surprise Eco Warriors. Now, you might expect it because you did see the amount of MAC-10s in the kill feed, but it is still something to consider as Prototype Blaze head A.
Not immediately going fast, but they will look to pounce. D7 gets that information. Flames at her feet, but has support from YE. And Flashbang is great from Astra. Trey comes through. Smoke isn't the best on the CT, so D7 has some room to do damage. Giuliano walking through needs to be wary of RacheLL. Won't be ready. And now they take donut control. Kaeda getting kill on Kiosa. This is looking like success. This VQ can do it all. But that
Another
can't be the
volley.
strategy.
There's no kit. Unless there's one on site, which I don't think there is. There's no kit. So you can't go for this. You've got to hold on to your M4s. And Emerald will go hunting with the MAC-10. D7 will not be removed, but now has to immediately evacuate the nade. She dodges. RacheLL starts scaling. The hunt is on, but I don't think it will be found. Oh, actually. Oh, no, it won't. What a shot.
Luckily, he holds on to the weaponry, but it's just consolation kills. It's not enough to invest around, really, is it? No. You keep money for the next. It's enough to make this round threatening, at least. And we know this is where UK Warriors, for some reason, do some of their best work.
Clues in the name.
I believe in name determinism. Prototype Blaze looking to go out. Well, actually, maybe it will be going out with a blaze of glory because they've done it. They've done it again, Brandon. Again. Oh my God. They can't keep getting away with this. D7 with 4 kills on that held over M4. Astra, you're going to give her the opportunity. Don't. Maybe an ace from D7. Oh my God, the 1v1. Astra starts to run. Kiosa has this in her hands. And she'll get the kill. Sigh of relief. D7's hard work pays off.
What a round from D7. The immediate crunch. Up heaven. You got double players in towards mid, but they're not finding any success, but she still commits to the plan anyway. That's the important thing. Still commits to the idea that this will pay off. Look at it, just on a swivel, the instant headshot. And you got to remember, that was the saved M4 where she was on 6 HP and she one-tapped RacheLL coming out from cave. It was a risky save, but it's one that pays off. And now it's D7 again. The scales up towards heaven. This time her bullets don't reach the desired impact. The nade breaks the smoke in both directions, but she lives.
A lot of posturing in lane. If you had to pay for bullets, this would have been very costly for the T side. What do you do now? They don't really have the control. They're going to move back towards A. RacheLL creepy crawling along. Guess there was an aggro player. Now they set up. VQ is over here, but a fake out on B has drawn her attention.
Oh, they're all moving. Okay, it has to be YE. And I don't think they're going to molly default. Oh!
But they clear her. They see her behind the edge. And the smoke comes down. Not before VQ gets a kill, though. But it's got to be just VQ. This round, they've been pulled apart all over the place. There is nothing to be done for VQ. They run rings around them.
Yeah, they do. They just completely stop. They all pause. No one peeks. You get your players over towards A main. That's when the fake hit comes in. Those flashbangs must have been exceptional. But for D7 not to realize that she was on fire because she burnt from like 60 or 70 HP all the way down to 0. And that one kill's enough to make the fake alluring to Eco Warriors, to draw them back over. It's that save rifle again, but we're looking at pure rifle rounds being the issue here for Eco Warriors. One here or there actually isn't beneficial for you. You need consistency.
Yeah, and the one round you got was off a heroic moment. We really cursed 2 teams today, Brandon.
Maybe. Or have we blessed 2 teams?
Yeah, I mean, that's the way to look at it. Both these teams had a 4-1 record. So, Prototype Blaze, by no means quite the underdog the DMS were. Especially when you look at the caliber of players on the server. So much experience. So many recent lands. Kiosa's Hero M4 doesn't get involved at all, so she'll just hold on to that for the next round.
What a start. 5-1. There's been so many different moving pieces in these rounds as well for Prototype Blaze. There's been straight out aggression. There's been these slowdowns. There's been the cave control being established really late in the round, and that gives Eco Warriors a false sense of security as to what's going on in amongst the rest of the map. It's interesting because we normally put so much emphasis on middle and how much attention there is for the CTs and the T side. YE this time gets run boosted over, but this smoking cave is being so detrimental to Eco Warriors and how much map control they think they have.
Why does Eco Warriors get all of this? And much like the prior round, 2 rounds ago, they get all this control at B. Prototype players decide they don't want to contest it. They are going to go for late middle instead of A this time, so utility being set up. This is donut and red. Or B. But with nothing towards ledge, it means that Eco Warriors will have a decent line to fight. This D7 up close. Oh, deleted immediately. YE in Dinktown too. She can't afford a reswing. At least they do remove Julie on the lurk.
Well, they're going A.
VQ's here though. VQ is here.
Sparrow
Rifle
spotted.
spotted. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. RacheLL comms it. KD just spams her out.
I don't think you can go for this. I know you need rounds, but I think it's going to be really tough to get into. The flashbang's really good, but the kills can't be profited off the back of it. RacheLL and Kiosa will trade.
Okay.
Juliano finds another, maybe. 2 versus 2, no kit. Unless there's one dropped on towards the site. Emerald tucked in the corner, gets rid of Kiosa, and Astra can rescope on the line to remove Giuliano. It's in-game leader Violence, but it's still Prototype Blaze on top.
And you gotta really praise these mid rounds from Prototype Blaze. You can see how uncomfortable it feels on the A side for Eco Warriors. Like, I mean, that's just ridiculous. Like, down. I was a blow in the smoke to get that kill. But the lurk out timing as the mid space gets taken, RacheLL would have had that round even if K8 doesn't get that kill.
You gotta think as well, before those mid smokes were even thrown by Prototype Blaze, the one that lands red, the one that lands donut, you have a look at on the other side, Eco Warriors had 0 smokes. They had 4 flashbangs, 1 molly. That was it for the whole round, and there was 1 minute 10 left on the clock.
Hero up, and it's gonna be 0 up. They're already in donut. Oh, that information will come through. BQ gets to fire off the AWP, gets the kill. I know you might just want to avoid her. You know that they can't have that greater a buy into this. There's got to be weaknesses elsewhere you can maybe exploit. VQ recognizes this and starts to move around. Juliana going down. A swing out. VQ can't convert. RacheLL doing her best work. A double should set the tees up for this round.
This is her best map. This is RacheLL's best map by far. Maybe Wayne can have a unbelievable moment with the deagle, but instead, no. All bases covered. Nice shot, but Burns alive. Every corner being checked. Everything not being left to chance. Prototype Blaze, it's another day in the office. For Eco Warriors, the cracks are starting to show.
Yeah, I really wonder about the Dust 2 pick. I just feel like these 2 maps are the best 2 maps for Prototype Blaze. They have a strong map pool. They'll throw Inferno into that conversation too. I think, I'm not wrong, that's another good map for them. They actually banned that out in the second phase. Yeah, they're a really good map pool.
Kiosa could have dropped VQ and AWP. I wonder if there's going to be any juggling there.
Yes. I feel like the AWP's necessary. It's actually D7, I think, that offers that up. And you want to prioritize it on her because she is finding the impact. It's just her ability to multi-frag is being kept minimum.
This time it's advanced lane control being taken with minimum utility. Oh, that enables you to get the spam off. I mean, this is... They are being outclassed. Ecoros are being outclassed right now and outcooled around by Astra.
Giuliano might be one of the best heads in the game, but you cannot forget who's on the other side. They are going to go for a bit of a gamble. You can see players start to rotate, so they might be able to get reinforcements in time. Giuliano starts to push. Julia will fall to Giuliano, and Astra gets back around, and with Emerald they combine. Now there is still VQ. What is she up to? She cannot push this smoke with an AWP. That would be insane. She recognizes it. Avoided, nullified. VQ gets one. An impossible retake. Maybe not.
Or is it?
D7's given an opportunity. You know this AWP is in play at ramp, but it's finding this other player that's the trick. RacheLL swings, VQ hits the shot, it's just Astra. A missed opportunity, and it falls down to the 1v1. And Astra prevails over her former teammates.
Okay, that's not how you expect that round to end up. 2 versus 4 comes right down to a 1 versus 2. And the fact that VQ's low means that the Tech-9 can get off the quick shots immediately. That's been the closest round so far we've had when it comes to rifle rounds. Do you know what? In this series, a really good attempt by VQ and D7. But again, it comes back to that same familiar feeling on Dust 2. What can we do to get around?
1-8. Eco Warriors, who just yesterday 2-0'd NIP, who have been going strength to strength. The crunch moments, they are falling to pieces. The French super team rises strong. Emerald and RacheLL put them in their place. Kiosa on a little cheeky push with VQ is a little disruptive. That's the bomb. If they can remove Emerald, there was maybe a chance, but Emerald won't allow it. Nice call to crunch down onto Elbow, but Emerald saves them.
9-1. That's the situation. There's no escaping it now. I can't dance around the subject anymore. Prototype Blaze are a map up, and they are winning 9-1 on their T side. Who's going to stand and deliver? Who's going to be that one for Eco Warriors? It needs to be someone. Otherwise, I got no chance of making Dallas. It already looks pretty slim. It already looks like a grim reality that they're being forced to face. Who's going to be that difference maker?
VQ tries. D7 will get hers. And a double up. D7, the difference maker this round. That's the bomb delivered into Donut. The entries look good. The pace that they take in A. But the response from Eco Warriors. Emerald can't get the multi. Astra with Orb in hand, back towards Brokey. Hoping for a slip up, given one chance. But can't get past VQ. That second round finally comes. The 3 is the most they can hope for on this CT side.
Well, 3 is the most they got to get. They can't end 10-2. Well, you don't want to end 9-3, but that is the reality sinking in. Important moments from both Yeen and D7 in towards Donut. After VQ misses that first shot, after breaking the CT smoke, you think, oh, this could be it. But no, the riflers step up in a big way. There's still money available. Drops can be acquired here for Prototype Blaze. Everyone can be on an AK. Everyone can have all the utility. And maybe they go back to that slow crawl. Almost like nails on the blackboard type stuff where it comes to this mid default.
Two to 9. Prototype Blaze. 4 rounds from Dallas. G7 was lighting up the mid-smoke, and that's always the one I mess up. I think it changed in CS2. Someone else throws it. Wonder if she's having the same combo I have. Oh, I've got the spawn I can't do. Julie, really quick. Really, really fast. Juliana almost catches her by surprise. Kiosa will get that kill, and she keeps following up with more. Oh, Kiosa, a heroic round, gets 3 on the B defense, all from different angles. RacheLL and Astra gonna disengage. Still so much time to work with, and a good call because VQ was holding that ramp push.
Difficulty you got is you've got no utility. So you're going to have to grind this out to a halt. And if I'm Astra or RacheLL, I think, even though it sounds counterintuitive here with no util, I think you walk mid. You try and go through Donut. D7 is holding, she's jiggling as well. So if that does eventually happen, she can just drop a smoke. But it all comes down to timing because she's the sole player responsible for this. Her smoke's now been used into A main. Here comes the mid play.
D7 feeling the pressure. Jiggle is great. Gets that information. only saw the one, I think, so you can see she was still worried about a potential play out through A, but now Wayne can take responsibility. But a one duel here will put it into a 2-on-2 now. BQ comes over, but they wide swing. Wayne gets the kill. It's on to Rachel. 20 seconds. Gets past Wayne. Knows that D7 was playing over here. Has to make that call. Which player do I go to? The AWP or D7, who could be anywhere? Has to just stick it. D7 slides out, and it's something to work with.
Still see things in my apartment. Many places where your heart went. Traces of the night got me thinking maybe you love me, but that's just how it started. Worn things and problems that I don't need. Toothpaste, cigarettes, and heartseed. Taught me to whisper when I'm sleeping, saying you love me, but that was just a daydream. Hearts on full and hearts on wine. You were standing right in front of me. Museum of our lost time, where you had me on display, yeah. All the while I wonder why never saw you in the daytime. Feel through glass, I almost tried. Now you keep me in your archives. Now you keep me in your archives. Now you keep me in your archives. Won't be a memory in the making. Being with me and caring's not the same thing. Your tricks and fate, that's won't faze me. So much stronger now than when we started. You seem surprised at what I'm saying. Your eyes want me like you're playing some game that I'm not a part of. Saying you love me, but that was just a daydream. Hearts on full and hearts on wine. You were standing right in front of me. The museum of our lost time, where you had me on display, yeah. All the while I wonder why never saw you in the daytime. Feel through glass, I almost tried. Now you keep me in your archives. 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 Tomorrow we will rise.
It is something, but is it enough? 3 rounds on your CC side of Ancient. Eco Warriors need to be completing a monumental comeback, and that's just to stay alive in this series. That's to stay alive for the contention of this LAN final spot.
KD, cheeky angle, sees the head. Oh, can't quite find the shot. The wide swing Kiosa and Wayne between the two of them. They'll find the way in.
Oh,
Astra? Caught off by Giuliano. Finally, she wins out that head-to-head. And it looks like Eco Warriors might get this pistol happening. Especially with Julie falling. It's Rachel, 15 kills deep, but I don't think she's going to add 4 more to the tally. Not even 1.
great pistol. And the thing is, Prototype Blaze designed that to counter that exact strategy. It's exactly the same pistol they ran on that T side, and Kaede's in a great spot for the off angle, but as soon as you miss one, you're stuck in that corner, and the player can't trade out, unfortunately. So good moment for Eco Warriors. Oh, they needed that. Oh, I love this.
That's cool.
Catch.
It's not as bad as maybe you think it would be.
I thought it was going to be way worse.
Yeah, I feel like she was just going to get deleted. Well, now they can assemble a little stack out long.
And now we wait. I like that it's being dynamic, that the stack is being very mobile. Here we go with a push down B ramp. Kiosa will not be caught off guard by this, and between her, Giuliano, Wayne, everyone can now start to clean up the kills. But this is all fine. Look, this is the pistol conversion. This is the eco. It's the gun rounds that matter, and the gun rounds have not been amazing for Eco Warriors.
Yeah, let's see. Rifles across the board. MP9 for Julie. That's fine. This needs to be a perfect half of CS for Eco Warriors. They're going to start it with a fast A. Smoke's thrown immediately. Astra is over here, and she's going to hear this. Drops the flash forward. They're already out. Emerald gets brought down low through the smoke, so she can't help out. Bomb site completely in the hands of Eco Warriors. Astra just trying to spam, and bomb will be allowed to go down.
Yeah, I've got a kit. You got one flash. In a weird way, I'd actually save this. Yes. I would save this. It's cringe, but I kind of like it. You put the MP9 in, maybe? No, okay. They're going to just go for it anyway. Bomb halfway down. But yeah, D7 VQ.
Now you save. Three
Now you
players
save.
living with M4s, that's fine. Oh,
two players living with M4s. That's
also
fine.
Good.
One player is even worse. And this is why hindsight is 2020. But I did say save with 5.
No players save. This is the worst case scenario, Brandon. The best case for Eco Warriors.
Don't hokey pokey it. Don't be half in, half out. Just either go for the defuse or just go for the save.
Okay, so you called the hokey pokey?
Yeah.
Weirdest thing. I only learned, like, this year, that actually a lot of people in the UK call it the hokey cokey.
Really?
Yeah, I was the odd one saying pokey. Anyway, we can talk about that later.
Okay.
They're pushing through. Okay, no, we keep talking about it. It's crazy.
I'm
Hokey
Googling.
cokey? Doesn't even make sense.
Oh, okay. So the hokey pokey is worldwide, but the hokey cokey is an old British folk song.
I don't know. Oh, goodness. No, it's good. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, Astra's not going for this.
Yeah. So Rachel, that was her chance to cause problems. But yeah, this will be at 7th.
Maybe it is hokey cokey. I don't know.
Yes. Well, now you don't know. You said hokey pokey.
I've always
Two
called it
times.
that.
Yeah. So have I. Yeah, I've blown your mind. You're questioning everything.
I'm ill as well, so my head's just gone. Like, you know, like, I'm just like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Coke, poke, it's all good.
Yeah, both things.
Things. All right. Armor safe for Rachel. No reason not to. from a devastating scoreline. Remember the position we were in. This was 9-1, Brandon. 9-1. 6 in a row, Eco Warriors.
I do call it hokey cokey.
What? You don't even
Yeah.
know.
I just recited the song in my head and it's
No,
hokey-cokey.
you've gaslit yourself into thinking that. Now I'm gaslighting you into thinking that it was always pokey. But you said hokey pokey.
Maybe. Can we think about round 17 though? Because
All right.
this was 9-3, 4 rounds in a row for Eco Warriors.
6.
True.
While you were doing your little song in the head. I was doing quick maths. Wayne gets an opener onto KD in mid. That's just a dry fight in front of that smoke, which goes a bit too deep. Rachel's feeling the pressure.
This is fast.
Really fast. Rachel, though, thrives in a pacey environment, and she'll take down 2. Emerald chiming in as well, even though it started good.
Oh!
A leg shot. Put on notice. But the bomb is on B.
Rachel's won that entire round. If Prototype players go on to win this 2v4, which I feel like they should. Because of her flashbang, she underarmed a flashbang on the other side of site, and it completely caught these players scaling ramp. Just an instinctual thing to do in the moment. Great swing out of Julie. She cleans up the mess that Rachel started to tidy away. We'll see it back in the replay maybe. Just the underarm, just casual little, here, catch this. You can't scale my sight.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do? Because it's popping and she's fighting you. So you don't really want to look away because you need a fight, but you got to look away. And then you have Emerald, who's out towards long, spamming down 2. 19 kills for Rachel. Definitely her best snap, as you say.
That was with the opening kill as well, going to Eco Warriors.
Gonna flat out into middle. It's not being really contested too much. Push down ramp gets control, but the T's should be aware of this possibility. In fact, they flash over as the smoke fades. Kiosa gets that kill. Rachel wants a piece of the pie, and she will refrag.
And she immediately says to Kaede, leave. Like, we can just get out of here. Emerald's push in A main is everything right now. They reset in towards cave. When does she make her move? Because the internal time has got to be ticking. Oh, they leave. They have left just as Eco Warriors headbutt the smoke and take the site.
And not the call. An attempted gamble will go awry.
Oh, they wanted to re-clear mid as free, and as they've left to do that, Eco Warriors just walk up B ramp.
Got a lot of money on the CT side, and you're so close to that 11th. So they're going to go for the retake. Giuliano needs to be careful. Out long. Flashbang comes. Rachel gets the kill. VQ will trade. Oh, and what a swing from KD. D7 looks to slide in between her and VQ. They have to do it all. They can't do a thing. It's just VQ left alone. First kill is hers. Onto the bomb. Disrupts it. Oh, she goes back out, but there's a kit. And Emerald should still have it. Just about.
Oh.
At the 11th hour, 11 rounds are found.
Oh my gosh. The fact that VQ goes through that molly and just takes the diffuser off, you think she's done enough. She hasn't. Another heartbreak moment for Eco Warriors. Another retake that gets attempted. Or afterplant, I should say. That doesn't get converted by Eco Warriors.
Oh dear. Giuliano just wasn't expecting them to just be there.
No. Should have been.
That one cuts, and I'm surprised Eco Warriors don't full invest, but they decide the half bite.
They've done it on worse. They've actually been struggling to do it on better. Flashbangs come in. Mollies are about to land as well. But it gets at least the scaling in towards K. 3 players here. They start swarming. Giuliano will get rid of an MP9. Bomb can go down. Another retake that, of course, will be attempted. And they've got ramp, they've got cave, they've got sight. But can they hold on to it?
Cheeky, the Glock spam up ramp to provide the distraction. Shadow spotted. D7 swings out, looking for more. D7 doubles down, makes the triple with the Glock in hand. D7 causing utter destruction. SMG, pistol, doesn't matter. Anything in her hands is a deadly weapon.
Oh my god. It's unbelievable. I just put my hands up. I just have my hands just up. Absolute cinema from D7. And that's why they ecoed. The MP9 does the damage, the Glock just as much. Oh my gosh. 11-8. This can be a one-round game. The push this time comes from the AWP of all weapons. VQ setting up a flash. He hasn't got a scope on towards the ramp.
Swing
It's actually not the AWP
flash.
that gets the kill.
Yeah, it's too late. Yeah, it's crazy. Astra's not the one that gets that frag. No utility. An MP9 and an AWP and a couple of pistols. You can't let this one slip, Eco Warriors.
Kaede's pushed the A main smoke. She knows it's not A. It's B or it's mid to donut. But that's why you've got Emerald just going to give it a little cursory jiggle. Kaede now starts to make a move. You see the mollies coming over and Astra's hit another one.
Just giving opportunities. VQ can punish this Astra peak. Oh no, the timing of it. Kaede will get run down. And now you've got the avenue. You've got the pathway through. Rachel worried to swing. Oh, there we go. The nade and the double up from Wayne. Emerald's still here. 24 seconds. She's spotted it, Brokey. Don't anticipate that she could do too much, but she does get a kill. Does that give Astra something to work with, or does she just hold on to the AWP?
1v2 to put you on series point. If she gets given a kill, if she gets the one on VQ, there could be an option for it, but no, instead it's VQ removing Astra. What a mid-round call. Don't know who made it out of Eco Warriors, but to say, let's not go B. Let's just go back to Donut. Catch Kaede off. She's only got a USP. It's enough. 11-9.
They managed to get through the half buy. Just about. 3v5, no less. In the dark, our prototype blaze.
So are Eco Warriors, really. You gotta think as well, every single call that you make has got this added pressure on it. You don't have the luxury of having a map already in your pocket. Double smokes, again, deep control being taken, another resmoke on it. You hear the spam. Kiosa knows they're close. So now the time on mid, it would be to move over here normally, but they missed the smoke for Donut.
That's a little awkward, isn't it? However, the deep smoke in red, now a flashbang over, is going to cause some concerns that there could be mid-presence. There was a timing. They can cross red. Julie just about survives that one. D7's lag. She just walked through A. They can still come back here.
Oh,
She's going to catch K-Day. She's going to catch K-Day. There it is. You just come back to A. You've got to come back to A now.
And you do. What a really good moment from D7. D7 is the one player getting so much impact for a team. Honestly, just keeping Eco Warriors alive at this point. Wayne is now looking to do even more damage economically to Prototype Blaze. It's a 4 versus 3. It's a retake you're not going to go for. You're so far removed. There's no utility. And from 9-3 down, Eco Warriors make it a 1-round game.
Okay. Got some fight in them on this T side. From a 9-1 deficit, they have crawled it back to a single round game. With Dallas on the line. You lose this, you are out. And a time for a pause. A breather.
Do you throw it all on a gambit here? You've been going so slow. You've been allowing these lurk timings. Is it time to change the pace? Is it time to maybe catch Prototype Blaze unawares with this deep smoke they keep throwing down in towards B ramp? You can get ahead of it. They're not going to molly it. Why would they molly it? They keep pushing the issue. Is that a call you're willing to make in round 22? When you've clawed it back this far? No. Instead, it's slow. It's methodical again. It's utility with 4 players being deployed outside A main.
They found so much success in towards middle. It makes sense to want to try and take this space again.
Oh, that's been heard.
Slip off the slide. Sound cute. And crawl through Astra. On one side, gets one, falls back, no attempt at a trade, no possibility at a trade, an opening frag for Prototype Blaze.
And you got rid of the talisman as well. You got rid of D7. You really want to go into this again? You really want to fight Astra again in Donut? Well, a missed shot provides opportunity because as she's scoped up, Wayne's already slipped by and it's Viku to get that trade. Remember, Emerald is still here in A main. All of the CTs push down B ramp. The timing, it's weird, but Emerald needs to stay alive. But she can't.
Remove Emerald. That kill from VQ is everything. Now, the difficulty here is that you're not going to be anticipating 3 players through main, but there's no smoke. There's a kit, sure. The VQ will have an open line onto the donut. Same with Wayne, same with Kiosa. There's nothing to block off these players and their angles. Nothing to guise that bomb being defused. A molly is picked up. Okay, they could throw that. The decision is where. Falls back for a flashbang and maybe just falls back to save. Yeah, they don't find anything immediately. They can't throw it away. We're going to be tied up.
What a round from VQ. Getting the important trade on Astra and then following through on Emerald as well. And Emerald's just trying to live because those rotates were so far away. And because you don't find anything, because no kill presents itself, because you don't catch Eco Warriors back turned, they're planting for Donut. They never went into A main. Apart from right at the very end, but it was just a lurk. Another timeout now being called by Eco Warriors. It feels like with the momentum, they're the ones in control. Oh, what a shot.
And another pause called immediately. Back-to-back rounds where Giuliano is taking this time to make sure everyone's on the same page. Everyone is mentally reset. They have done the hard work, like Bigger Keeper did all the way back in Dust 2 earlier today. It's the close that counts.
The difference here is that it's 11-11 rather than 12-11. They're not fighting directly for overtime. They've still got money as well. In theory, they've still got one more mistake. You don't want to make it, but you have got that.
Crunch on mid. But also a push out through the lane. Emerald can't control. RacheLL will get hers and disengage. So one-on-one. Oh, fight back and forth. Bit of flak damage. Julie pushes down the ramp at the same time. A brawl that somehow only ends up with 2 players falling.
Look at
Kayde's push. Not anticipated, but then again, okay, now you are ready. Ian in red. Surely consider, because VQ wouldn't be there alone. She's an AWPer. And now you spotted, sorry, VQ in spawn. Kayde can't get it. But over the top comes Julie. And Ian known in the red room. At the final hurdle, 12 looks to be secured for Prototype Blades first. Dallas point. Astra's up. Not converting it. It's Kayde's spray that will. 12-11. Prototype Blades, 1 round from Dallas.
What a moment. What a decision that's been made as well by Kayde. They know these rounds have been slow. They're not going to change it because it's been working, as you said a few rounds ago. So Kayde just takes the risk. Let's just push A main. Julie had all the control in towards B ramp as well. Equa is suffocated. And after Kayde gets that kill in from elbow on towards the Heaven player, you're forced to go in towards red room. And Prototype Blaze know this. They can post the AWP. And you get Astra getting these kills. Yin can try her best. VQ is just stuck. What a crazy trade as well from RacheLL and Giuliano. OT or bust.
This looks more default. 3 towards B for both teams. A similar situation. No one wanting to drop the ball with a crazy play, but Kayde with the molly and the spray, assuming Kiosa would seek safety. But nothing is safe from Kayde. There's no solace here. And Kayde doesn't slow down. Will be forced to stop. RacheLL gets that trade though, so keeping the advantage for the French. Double up in cave. You can't break this if you're D7.
You can't molly it either. The molly's on VQ.
This setup wins. This setup secures Dallas. It feels, but D7 hits the shot, and then Yin, well, she'll take down her teammate on the way.
Uh-oh.
The bomb
VQ can't cross.
The bomb has to get over. VQ spots one. Great flashbang and great shot. Do they know Astra is here?
No.
They don't. Yin's not looking. Could Astra really be the one that does it? The AWP in close range comes around the corner. Can't deny the bomb. We go overtime.
What a round. What a round. There's so many different moments there that you think it's going to fall back. The only player that gets a kill on Eco Warriors in cave is Yin. Diligent clears.
I can't believe it. That felt like that was theirs. That setup felt so potent. Yeah, I mean, what can you do?
The fact that VQ double flashes herself.
Yin having a lot of impact. Oh, this is fast. Astra removes Giuliano, but they are still up on the site. Without proper coverage, without the smokes down, they're just straight into the firing line. A little lackadaisical, trying to go fast. Yin's leveled up. And D7's hitting shots. A 2v5 shouldn't be possible. RacheLL is already in Temple. Does Yin clear it? Can't adjust. can't adjust. And so this will be first round of OT going the way of Prototype players.
And that's why Eco Warriors didn't rush in any of those rounds. They played a really slow game. They dragged out that default. It was really similar to Prototype Blaze because the moment you've got a little bit more freedom, you try and change the script. Unfortunately, when it does hit overtime, when you have got the luxury of that, it is quite telegraphed. They were ready. This war of attrition goes on. Prototype Blaze finally get the round they've been searching for after so long. It was such a drought on this CT side, and now K&A wants to force the issue even further. Double flashes, so much harassment being applied in towards mid, and K&A gets rid of Wayne.
She doesn't stop. She's spamming with the USP as well. All the hard work of this Eco Warriors T side to get to OT. Kiosa is crept out. They don't have a diligent eye on lane. It's the occasional jiggle. In fact, no jiggles now. A flash instead to take a look. They will see nothing. And now flash out K-Day. Just on the pre-fire and the re-swing. This round is all K-Day. Just dancing in the elbow. 2 on the trot.
It's impressive as well, considering the amount of rounds that Prototype Blaze let slip, that they're immediately going towards overtime. Yes, they've got all the money now, but they immediately just lock in, that they regain their focus. And the adjustment has been to fight middle a little bit more proactively. I mean, this was the most extreme case of it from K-A, right at the start of the round, and then just remaining on that close off angle on elbow. They can sense it. Job's not quite done. Remember, pressure still on Eco Warriors, and Wayne starts to stumble because of it. It's K-A with the same play. It's deja vu on this opening kill. Oh.
Really? After such a lights out T side?
Because I stopped giving them respect.
They really going to go flawless. All the hard work of forcing OT. You need this round. You need that legwork. D7, good shot. VQ, a follow through. 3 on 5 into a 3 on 3. Emerald half HP. Utility expended. Gotta be ready for Emerald. In the cave. Giuliano swings out. Will convert it. What's the call?
They're going A. They're going Donut. Look at Red Room. Astra can't see them, and then her mind is now preoccupied with Donut. You might not be ready for another player. Giuliano is lurking, holding this cave rotate, but Astra's going to have this timing.
HG
this is so awkward.
Vicky's going to fly around. Astra catches her, and Giuliano can't get the trade. Astra on a swivel hits the headshot, and they can't believe it. 15. A flawless CT side. They'd found the way out to get that one, but Astra denies.
Don't need lurks there. Oh, I'm sorry, you don't need lurks there in that situation. You just got to go. You get the kill on towards the cave play. You even naded cave as well. RacheLL then is stumbling with her rotate. You get the bomb over towards A. You just bring everyone over it. You just play from sight. It's because Giuliano and Viku are so separated, you got that timing window. And because you got that timing window, that means that mistakes can creep in. We said they needed that round. You needed something. And now you're here before. Now you're in a familiar position. Now you're in a round and game state where you need all 3 in a row. On the CT side, you got 3 out of the 12 rounds in the first half.
To be fair to them, their economy was kind of in shambles. They got the final 2. Started to find their form. 3 chances for Prototype Blaze to lock in a ticket to the ESL Impact LAN Finals in Dallas. How poetic for RacheLL and Astra to be reunited to once again return. The dynamic duo that already had a fantastic Dallas performance a year ago.
It ain't over till it's over. But it feels like all roads are not ending at A. It's going to be this crunch. Kiosa now sees them coming out towards elbow, needs to live. That's the priority. Another molly lands at big box. D7 can't get involved.
Yes.
And look at this. You just walk through the smoke. You just walk through the smoke, takes her eye off the prize for just a moment, and then Giuliano can't follow up. D7 finally gets her kill, and with the USP out and with low players, she just wanted one target and instead comes up with nothing.
This looks like it, unless Kiosa can offer up something. It's on to Viku, the superstar, but she does not get it done. It's Prototype Blaze. Again, an underdog story. This French super team will be going to Dallas.
What a moment. You feel like they've let it slip. 9-3 up into